as if it was in retaliation of that conference on the 14th of April. And one of the young leaders of the present ruling dispensation owned up to having done that act and put it on Twitter. And Prashant Bhushan then filed a case on that. But that, they put the Twitter handle down. I mean, this whole thing is abominable, to say the least, and it's terrible when we have India has been, giving shelter to refugees from all over the world, and in fact, when Hindus come from Pakistan, we give them shelter, and when earlier Hindus were coming from Bangladesh, they were being given shelter. But just because these Rohingyas are Muslims, they are being treated in this horrid manner by our present dispensation. So that is very worrisome. But what we have gathered here today is specifically on, with the appeal to media organizations. That's why this meeting is being held at the press club. That these two journalists, Walon and Kyaw Soe Oo, have been arrested, and they are on trial, and they are in jail in Mandalay. And if they are found guilty, they'll be sentenced to 14 years of imprisonment. Now, this kind of oppressive regime, and using these journalists to further suppress the voice of the people. I mean, these are terrible things. So it's an appeal to our media community, to the media organizations, to take up this cause of these two Burmese journalists who are now facing trial. And for what? For exposing the blatant murder of 10 Rohingyas. And they led the whole world to this story. So they are now being ostracized and imprisoned, and the trial is on. So now I would request Papan to come in and join in at this.
As Subhash told you, these two journalists, very young people actually, one of them 35, father of a very small girl, and they work for Reuters. What they did was they spoke to several members of the Myanmar army who were directly involved in the killing of these people. And as you know, our soldiers also often brag to journalists about what they are doing in places, So they told them. So the two journalists, like all others, went and dug deeper and discovered the grave, and the dead bodies were there. Now, the report went viral. It was taken up by the Western media and all other media, though not much, unfortunately, was seen in our media. What has happened is Myanmar has several very draconian laws. One is called Article 66, which is under their Telecommunication Act. It's a very, very restrictive law, and under which people can be jailed for several years. And these two people have been charged under that, and the trial is going on. And in all probability, because they've been charged for disclosing confidential information about the army. Now that's a kind of a charge that's very difficult to disprove or prove. The point is, the question that arises, the killing of 10 persons in captivity and putting their bodies in a grave, making that information public, was it compromising confidential information about the army. But the greater tragedy of Myanmar, which is Aung San Suu Kyi. Now we all hoped and we believed and we fought for her, as we all know. She's one who actually grew up here. She lived here. She studied here. She went to school here. She went to college here. Her mother was here. She used to work for All India Radio. I know people who knew Aung San very well in school. And we all believed, and we all fought for her to restore her freedom and her rights. But it is unfortunate that under her regime, nearly 30 journalists are in jail, and she has done nothing to change these draconian laws, the Official Secrets Act, Article 66D, and the provisions in the law regarding fake news and defamation. These two journalists are being tried. The sanction is given by the president, who's her man. Ms. Suu Kyi may not have powers to control affairs of national security and the army, but Ms. Suu Kyi has enough power over media and freedom. So it's very clear that the areas where she could have had made an intervention, unfortunately she has chosen not to do so. And that's a question that we need to ask. We also need to ask that her party, NLD, in the last 2015 election, why is it that despite all requests, she refused to give a ticket, a single ticket, to the 4% of Muslim population of Burma, not one ticket. So these are questions that we need to, grapple and with and try to understand what is happening in that country. It is not just, I think, only the army. It is the entire dispensation, including the so-called democratic government, which seems to have made up its mind that the Rohingya are not human beings, as the leader of the Buddhist community has put forward, that they are to be killed. And if you kill them, you make merit. So this is the kind of situation that we have in Burma today. The total number of the Rohingya in Bangladesh is in fact more than 1 million, according to Bangladesh government. It includes the Arya ones. And then if you add the 500,000 in Saudi Arabia, 300,000 in Pakistan, and in Malaysia 1.5. So altogether, you have something like 1.6 million Rohingyas outside the country. The total population of Rohingya was a little over 2 million, or maybe around 3 million. So more than half the population of the Rohingya have already been thrown out of their country. It's something that the world community needs to stand up and ask how you can actually let this go on. And the question is also critically, what can Bangladesh do? It's an overpopulated country. It's one of the poorest countries in the world. I have been there 3 times since last year. I visited the camps in Cox's Bazar and other places. I cannot explain to you the kinds of difficulties both the Rohingya as well as the government of Bangladesh is facing. Thank you very much.
Now I would request Ambassador Fabian to brief us. You see, the Secretary General of the United Nations has taken a very strong position on this issue. And recently the Security Council sent a very high-powered delegation to investigate the matter and to discuss with the Myanmaris. It also visited Dhaka. So I request Ambassador Fabian to brief us on the current situation.
Thank you, Subhas. I think we have to make a distinction between what the Secretary General has done and what the Security Council has done. The Secretary General has said in so many words that what has happened and is happening in Myanmar is a textbook case of genocide. I repeat, textbook case of genocide. And if you go back to the Convention Against Genocide, well, you will understand that better, but I don't want to take time on that. Now, coming to the Security Council, it is good that it sent its representatives to Myanmar, but no, did they send them to Myanmar?
Yeah.
Yeah. Also to Dhaka. It's a good thing, but Security Council could have taken action, much more action. After all, what is the Security Council for? It is to take care of peace and security, breach of peace, to prevent breach of peace. And if the numbers mentioned by Tapan, those numbers have been exiled because they have been fleeing death and destruction. Well, isn't it breach of peace? So, in my view, the Security Council has not acted as it should have, and that is because of what one may call the big power politics. That is because the veto system, the P5 veto system, introduced at the instance of Roosevelt towards the end of the Second World War, having 5 policemen to keep peace in the global village. Well, initially he had in mind only 3, and then he wanted, Churchill wanted France, and then China also was put in. So, that has not worked, and also let us be very clear, the Security Council, especially the P5, they have not been behaving like global policemen who should take care of law and order. They have been taking care of their own interests. And now I want to make 1 or 2 points more. We all know what India has done or India has not done. Now, let's look at it this way. India should have looked at it from many angles. One is legal, the other is moral, India's own values, and the third is practical. Now, coming to the legal, it has been said by our ministers that India is not bound to accept them because India has not signed the 1951 Convention on Refugees, nor acceded to the 1967 Protocol. Well, the argument is not exactly correct because A, the convention was more in the European context and many non-European countries had not taken part in it. And the protocol was an extension of it. But there are other international legal instruments which India has signed. Take the